right. We're going to talk about something that I was asked to review like at the end of last year or very beginning of this year, but I didn't get to it till now. Which is, I knew as soon as Marvel got the rights to Alien and Predator, we would start having crossovers with the Marvel characters. When they had Godzilla, the Avengers ended up fighting Godzilla in the first few issues of that. But here we go. We got Predator versus Wolverine. So I'm going to talk about comic book crossovers, like inter-property crossovers. I don't like them typically. I think they're pretty horrible. The gold standard for these is, of course, Aliens versus Predator. That's the gold standard. But that was within Dark Horse. When they get into other companies, it gets funky. You get stuff like Judge Dredd versus Batman, or Punisher versus Batman, or Batman versus the Hulk, like Superman versus Aliens. And out of those, I can honestly say Batman versus Predator is okay. The first one. The other two are hot garbage. But I didn't have a lot of good expectations for Predator versus Wolverine when I went into it, but it did surprise me. It's not bad. So, this is about Logan fighting a Yautja for like 100 years, just continuously running into this Yautja. So he initially runs into it back in his hiding in the Alaskan wilderness when he was kind of a hermit in the early 1900s, to him being part of Weapon X, running into a bunch of them in Central America, which is kind of a weird nod to the original Predator movie, to the X-Men actually fighting a Yautja, which is ridiculous, to him in Japan fighting a Yautja. It's all the same Yautja. This Yautja hunts him for like 100 years. And then finally they have a confrontation in modern day. The things to note with this, it's one of those you have to really squint at this to make this fit in Wolverine's canon, which Wolverine's backstory is so convoluted at this point that I wasn't super bothered by anything in this, like at all. So I wasn't too worried there. The other thing, this was written, I think, right after Prey came out, so we got some of the Prey tech that the Yautja's using. So, like, he has a bone mask, he has the shield, like, that sort of stuff. It's interesting. As the Predator movies progressed, I mean, I've talked about this a little bit with the older stuff, the 90s Predator comics. Once Predator 2 came out, the Yautja immediately had the combi sticks and the nets. Like, before that, they were just using the wrist knives. I'm sorry, I don't have all the tech names. I know, and they had the plasma caster. That was it. That was pretty much it. And every Predator movie adds kind of new tech, with the exception of, I think, The Predator doesn't really, except for the Upgrade Predator as a concept, which I think is stupid. That whole thing is stupid. Bless you. He got allergies. So, anyway. Overall, I think this comic's pretty decent. I will say that there's some iffy art in the last issue. It suddenly goes from being really solid art to, like, very minimalistic art with the rest of the X-Men for no reason. And then it goes back, like, I guess they couldn't get the artist to come and do stuff. I don't know, it was weird. So anyway, what would I give this? Give it a 4 out of 5. It's pretty good. It makes me curious to see what Black Panther versus Predator is going to be. Because that, I think, just wrapped up. So I think they're going to have a trade for that in the not too distant future. And I'll check that out. As well as check out these Marvel comics that have the 20th Century Fox imprint on them. That's so weird to me. It's weird to have a Predator comic that's not published by Dark Horse. Like, that's so weird. But anyway, I think the author, Benjamin Percy, did a pretty good job with this. It's fine. I will say, One thing I hate, one thing I absolutely hate, and this is nothing to do with the author. It is all to do with Marvel editorial. For some stupid ass reason, they've decided you can't swear in a Marvel comic that has a parental advisory sticker on it. You can have graphic gore, graphic violence, but God forbid you drop the F word. And so they have to put, when someone swears, they put up like a hashtag and like just random characters. To the point sometimes where you can't even tell what swear word they're supposed to say. So I don't like that. So yeah, it's a 4 out of 5. Aside from that one thing and just that weird art shift for like a couple pages back, and then going back to the original art. Like, it's a solid story for what it is.